Hello, welcome to this week's 15-minute class. We're going to get started this week. We're going to work on our pelvic floor, which we haven't worked on for a while. So we're going to need a circle, so you need to grab a pillow or a circle if you have it. And we're going to work a lot on the abs, and we're going to build on a little bit of the side planks a little bit more. So we're going to come onto hands and knees and get started. Hands below the shoulder, knees below the hips. Bring the left leg back behind the body, right arm up in front, and into nice big wide circles. Bring the arm and leg all the way out to the side. And keep the hips and shoulders still as you can. Change directions. Good. One more. And bring the arms and legs down. Opposite leg back, opposite arm up in front. Big circles again. Keep the back still. And change directions. And bring the arms and legs down. Knees below the hips, hands below the shoulders. Pinch the shoulder blades together, tuck the elbows in. Lift the knees up, lift the left foot and the right. And the left and the right. Keep the core engaged and the back flat. Shoulder blades pinch together. And marching the feet up and down. And last one, and rest down. Good. Next one we're going to do, we're going to lift the hands. So we're going to lift the knees up again. Lift the right hand up, and then the left. Right, left, right, left, right, and last one, left. And rest back down. The last one we're going to do in the hands and knees, we're going to lift the left hand up, and the right leg up. So again, we're going to lift the knees up off the mat, toes are tucked underneath the feet, shoulder blades are pinched together, lift the knees up, right foot, left hand and down. Left foot, right hand and down. Right foot, left hand and down. Last one, left foot, right hand and back down. Good. Turn over onto your back next. So rest the head onto our headrest, knees bent, feet on the mat, and grab your circle. So we're going to use the circle this week to get our pelvic floor engaged. So spine is imprinted, bring the rib cage down, squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the circle squeezed or the pillow squeezed. Drop the left leg out and in. Right leg and in. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. As you drop one knee out to the side, keep the other leg perfectly still. Good. 3 more each leg. 2 more. And the last one each side, and last one on the right, and then rest. Grab the circle. So what we're doing is we drop one leg out, the other leg stays perfectly still, the first leg moves back in, and then the other leg goes. And we keep the leg that's stable as still as we can, so try not to let it move out to the side. We're going to do the same again, circular pillow between the thighs. We're going to bring the hips up into a bridge, so rib cage is down, hips nice and high. 2 legs to the side, squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you drop the knees out, keep the hips as high as you can. Nice smooth movements. 2, last one. Hold the circle, left leg out, right leg out. Left leg out, right leg out. Left leg, right leg. Left, right, left, right. Good. Halfway. 4 more each leg. Keep the ribs down. Keep the hips high. 3 more. 2 more each side. Last one. And bring the hips down onto the mat and rest. Good. Next we're going to bring the hips to 90 degrees. So we're working our adductors through different ranges. When we work our adductors, we're getting different muscles within that group, working when the legs are, when the hips are straight. The hips are 45 degrees, and the next one, the hips are 90 degrees. We're going to do another one after this where we have the knee straight. We're going to focus on the gracilis, the muscle that crosses over the knee joint, but all the time we're getting our pelvic floor muscle to contract as we do this. So imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, shins are parallel to each other, squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and hold. Left leg out, right leg out, left leg out, right leg out. Keep the shin parallel to each other the whole time now. Keep the back imprinted. Good. And make sure that leg that stays still stays perfectly still. It doesn't move until the other leg comes back in and then it drops out to the side. Good. Move 2 more on each leg. And last one on each side. Perfect. Grab the circle or the pillow and bring the feet down. Next one we're going to do, we're going to straighten the legs and we're going to work on the gracilis. So for this we're going to keep the hips in. We're going to be nice. Circle between the thighs. We're going to extend the right leg, squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3. That left thigh points straight up to the ceiling. As we slide the leg out, keep the toes pointing up so the heel will lead the movement as the leg comes out. So don't turn the toes to the side. At the very end, one last one. Bend the knees and relax. Reposition the circle if you need. Squeeze the circle nice and tight. Extend the left leg. Slide the left heel out, back in. 2, 3. You almost want the toes pointing back across the body as opposed to out to the side. 6, keep that right leg still. 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees and back down and have a rest. We're going to do a couple more. Next one we're going to do, we're going to have a circle between the thighs and we're going to do some roll-ups. So we're going to start to engage the core a little bit more with the adductors and bring in the pelvic floor muscles through that. So imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, circle between the thighs, hands back behind the head, arms forward, shin to the chest, up into bow pose and back down. 1, 2, sorry not roll-ups, these are teasers. 3, chest forward. 4, keep the circle squeezed all the time. So we're working the endurance of the pelvic floor and the adductors here. 6, 7, 8, 9, one last one, 10. Back down onto the mat, grab the circle and bring the feet down. Have the rest for a second. We've one more to do before we come into working the glutes and working on our side planks a little bit more. For the next one, we're going to come back up into bow pose, but this time we're going to start to bring in some knee movements, so some lower limb movements while we work the adductors and the pelvic floor. So we're going to start to bend and extend our knees in that bow pose position. So imprint the spine again, legs to tabletop, circle between the thighs, hands back behind the head, arms forward, roll up into bow pose, hold yourself there. We're going to extend the 2 legs and bend. 1, 2, keep the knees where they are. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll back down onto the mat. Grab the circle and rest the feet down. Leave the circle down to the side. We've done loads for the adductors and the pelvic floor muscles now. Now we're going to start to work on our planks a little bit more. So we're going to line our side, line the body up all the way down the mat, elbow below the shoulder but just slightly angled so the elbow's closer to the hip than directly below the shoulder. Pinch the shoulder blades back, hand onto the top hip. We're going to lift the hips and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and hold for 15, 13, 11, 9, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then rest the hips down. Good. For the next ones, depending on what level you feel or how confident you feel, you can either bend the knees, lift the hips up, and we're going to lift and lower the top leg, or you can extend the legs and lift and lower the top leg. So I'm going to do it with the legs extended today. Elbow below the shoulder again, shoulder blades are pinched together, lift the hips nice and high, and top leg up and down for 10, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs, rest the hips down. We're going to do 2 more. We're going to little circles, 10 in one direction, and then we're going to come down, and we're going to cycle forward then up in that side plank position. So we're really making it difficult today. Again, hand onto the top hip, pinch the shoulder blades, lift the 2 legs, lift the top leg, and into circles. Lift the 2 legs, lift the hips, and lift the top leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs and rest the hips down. One last one on this side. We're going to cycle forwards and backwards. So again, pinch the shoulder blades together. Sorry, this one's cycle forwards, not backwards. 10 cycle forwards. Lift the hips nice and high, top leg parallel to the floor, and cycling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs and rest the hips down. And lie down flat on your side. We're going to stretch out the quads while we're on this side. So imprint the spine and pull the leg back. Good, nice stretch into the front of the thigh. And then we're going to turn over onto your side. Good, and rest the leg down. We're going to turn over onto the opposite side. And we're going to repeat on that side for the glutes. So a straight line down the body again. Hand onto the top hip. Pinch the shoulder blades together. So elbows slightly below the, or is it below the shoulder but slightly closer towards the hips. Shoulder blades are pinched together. Lift the hips and lower. We're going to go for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold for 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the hips down. Good, we've got 10 lifts of the top leg next. This is rest for a second. Get yourself comfortable. Remember, have the elbow slightly closer to the hips. Takes the pressure off the shoulder joint stuff. Hand onto the top hip. Lift the hips nice and high. And lift the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest the hips in. Good. Little circles next. So we're going to go one direction, whichever one you want. Usually for me it's forward, down and back. And then we're going to come into cycling and stretch the quads just before we end. So elbow below the shoulder again. Lift the hips, top leg up, and 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Rest the legs and rest the hips in. Good. One last set. Cycling forwards and backwards when we're done. Nice short sharp class today. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Lift the hips up. Top leg up parallel to the floor. And cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that left shin up. 6, 7. Keep the hips high. 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs. Rest the hips. Lie down on your side, grab the front of the top ankle, round your back or imprint it a little bit, and then stretch the knee back. Good. Hold that stretch onto the quads. Good, and keep the heel right in behind the hip joint. Don't twist it out to the side, either up or down. Keep it straight behind the hip joint. Good, and then rest the legs down. We'll finish with that for today's class. A nice short class, focusing on the pelvic floor and the adductor muscles and progressing on our side planks. I hope you enjoyed it. See you again next week. Bye bye.